从3周前我们在视频中提示 AMD 的投资机会以来， AMD 股价从126美元上升至146美元。汇丰银行更是将 AMD 的目标价从100美元提升到200美元。本期视频我们继续分析 AMD， 看看 AMD 未来究竟有多大潜力。先回顾一下 AMD 6月份发布会的情况。AMD 发布新一代 MI400 系列 AI 芯片及 Helios 服务器架构，并收购 Innosemi、Untether 等多家初创公司，整体竞争力大增。AMD 的 MI350 系列和 MI400 系列 AI 芯片都将与英伟达的 Blackwell GPU 芯片展开竞争，其中 MI350 系列 GPU 将在今年下半年实现量产， MI400 系列 GPU 预计将于2026财年发布。OpenAI 已成为 AMD 新款 MI 芯片的早期设计合作伙伴，与 OpenAI 在芯片设计和开发方面展开合作对 AMD 来说意义重大，这应该会让英伟达感到担忧，因为英伟达目前仍然占据着 AI GPU 市场的主导地位。OpenAI CEO 欧尔特曼对 AMD 的新产品非常支持，他表示 OpenAI 将使用 AMD 的 MI400 系列芯片进行语言模型训练，预计能够满足 OpenAI 最高级别的推理需求。事实上，以 OpenAI Meta 微软为代表的 AI 科技巨头一直以来都在寻找更便宜的算力，包括找博通合作或者自研 AI 芯片。Helios 架构不依赖于英伟达的 CUDA 架构，支持开源 AI 框架。OpenAI Meta、微软均表示会支持 Helios 架构。这些巨头未来如果将 AMD 作为英伟达之外 AI 算力的第二个选择，将对 AMD 意味着巨大的机会。苏妈和奥尔特曼的对话放在视频最后，有兴趣的小伙伴可以看一下。这段对话中，奥尔特曼特别提到 OpenAI 不仅需要大量的 GPU， 也需要很多 CPU 帮助管理调度算力资源。AMD 恰好有能力提供 CPU 加 GPU 的一体化解决方案。此外 ，OpenAI 和 AMD 合作过程中对 AMD 提出一些具体的要求， AMD 最新一代产品也能很好地满足了这些要求。从这些细节中看到 ，AMD 产品相对于英伟达的竞争力在逐步提升中。除了 OpenAI 之外 ，Meta 同样也非常认可 AMD 的 GPU 芯片。事实上 ，Meta 正在发起引一场新的人工智能人才军备竞赛，其计划用高额奖金吸引 AI 高级研究人员从 OpenAI、谷歌等公司离职，转而加入 Meta 新建的超级智能实验室，目标是开发更大的 Llama 模型。目前 Meta 已经从 AMD 订购了超过17万张 MI300X 芯片，预计每年为 AMD 带来数十亿美元的收入。更重要的是 Meta 还为 Rockme 提供了以前缺乏的大规模客户反馈循环，以便更好改进提升 AMD 的 GPU 芯片。到2028年 AI 数据中心市场规模将超过5000亿美元，即使英伟达目前占据超过 80% 的市场份额，剩余份额对 AMD 等其他算力供应商而言仍是一个前所未有的潜在市场。如果 AMD 能在5000亿美元的 AI 数据中心市场中分得一杯羹，即便只有 10%， 其数据中心业务的收入就可能超过500亿美元，相当于2024年的4倍。保守估计 AMD 市值将在4000亿至6000亿美元区间，相当于现有股价的2至3倍。因此 ，AMD 只要能持续从 OpenAI 和 Meta 等大客户手中获得订单，其未来上升潜力很大。
Please welcome OpenAI founder and CEO Sam Altman to the stage. Can I call you an AI icon?
I don't think so, but that's okay.
It's
your show. You do whatever you want.
Sam, look, we are truly so happy and excited to be your partner. OpenAI has truly been at the center of the universe. Everyone listens to what Sam Altman has to say when it comes to Gen AI, and I think
they just listen to ChatGPT at this point.
Actually, I listen to ChatGPT.
We'll take it.
Some of the numbers I've seen, like over 500 million weekly active users, just amazing growth. Can you just give us a little bit of a landscape? Where are we today? What's the state of play? What are you seeing? What's most exciting right now?
It's definitely been, for us and many other people, just an explosion of usage over the last year. I think the models have gotten good enough that people have been able to build really great products, text, images, voice, all kinds of reasoning capabilities. We've seen extremely quick adoption in the enterprise now. Coding's been one area people talk a lot about, but I think what we're hearing again and again in all these different ways is that these tools have gone from things that were, fun and curious to like truly useful.
Doing real work.
People's personal lives, and the fact that you can now like ask a system like Codex to go off and do some like work for you autonomously over minutes or hours, it's like pretty remarkable.
Yeah, I mean, I think the key point that you said is really enterprises are seeing lots and lots of value. I think the other thing that's been amazing is, man, I mean, the rate and pace of what you guys are putting out, it seems like every week you have a new model. Workloads are just changing so fast. Like, what are you seeing? Like, how are things changing? And, most importantly for us, like, how are you seeing compute demands changing?
I mean, tons of changes all the time, but one of the biggest differences has been we've moved to these reasoning models. So we have these very long rollouts where a model will go off and think about a problem and come back with a better answer, or, like in some cases, like a whole PR ready to go. But this has really put pressure on model efficiency and long context rollouts. We need tons of compute, tons of memory, tons of CPUs as well.
I've seen that actually.
And our infrastructure ramp over the last year and what we're looking at over the next year has just been a crazy, crazy thing to watch.
Is there ever enough GPUs?
I mean, like theoretically, at some point, you can see that like a significant fraction of the power on Earth should be spent running AI compute, and maybe we're going to get there.
Yes. No, that's definitely true. Look, we have been honored. Really, we've really appreciated the partnership and collaboration between OpenAI and AMD over the last few years. Working together in Azure, working on some of your research stuff, and particularly the deep design on MI450. I think you guys were really early in just some of the important insights. Can you just tell us a little bit about how that's evolved and sort of like how we can do more for you?
It's been amazing working with you all, obviously, and we're already running some work on the 300X, but the MI450 series, I think, and the work we've been able to do there is you've worked on that over the last couple of years, and we're very grateful for listening to our input. Hopefully, we'll be a good representative for what the industry as a whole needs. But we are extremely excited for the MI450. The memory architecture is great for inference. I believe it can be an incredible option for training as well. And when you first started telling me what you were thinking about for the specs, I was like, there's no way. That just sounds totally crazy. That's too big. But it's really been so exciting to see you all get close to delivery on this. And I think it's going to be an amazing thing.
Well, first of all, thank you for saying that. I appreciate that very much. One of the things that really sticks in my mind is when we sat down with your engineers, they were like, whatever you do, just give us lots and lots of flexibility because things change so much. And really that framework of working together has been phenomenal. Now, Sam, look, this is a moment here where we have lots of folks in AI wanting to know, what's next. So help us with big picture. Like, what do you see in the future? Perspective on where things go. How did the workloads evolve? What happens with quote unquote AGI, and really, how do we as AMD and we as the computing industry kind of help enable all of that for you?
At the beginning of the 2020s, we didn't kind of have AI as we think of it today yet. We had a bunch of other systems, but that was still, the pre-GPT-3 era, just by a little bit. And now as we sit at the sort of like halfway mark through the decade, it's really been remarkable progress from, not even a GPT-3 model to GPT 4.5 and 0.3, these models that really feel smart and helpful and can give these sort of, real utility experiences where people would look at this if they could go back in time and say that feels almost impossible. Like if you went back to 2020, said by halfway through the decade, we're going to be at this system that you can talk to and it's really smart. It's like a smart person that can do work for you. I think we're going to maintain the same rate of progress, rate of improvement in these models for the second half of the decade as we did for the first. I wasn't so sure about that a couple of years ago. There were new research things to figure out. but now it looks like we'll be able to deliver on that. So if you think forward to 2030 and the systems that we can have, these systems will be capable of remarkable new stuff. Novel scientific discovery, running extremely complex functions throughout society, and things that we just couldn't even imagine as possible before. To get there, to be able to deliver on this, it's really going to take, these are huge systems now, very complex engineering projects, very complex research. And to keep on this curve of scaling, we've got to work together across research, engineering, hardware, how we're going to deliver these systems and products. And this has gotten quite complex. But if we can do on that, if we can deliver on that, if we can drive this collaboration across the whole industry, we will keep this curve going. And so we're tremendously excited about the work that we're doing with AMD and what you all are going to deliver to, we'll keep delivering great models.
Sam, I can say that we really, really appreciate the work with OpenAI. You guys push us hard, but at the end of the day, we all want to deliver that vision. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah.
And thank you for the partnership too. See ya. Thank you.
请大家点击右下角订阅我们的频道，后续会有更多精彩内容。